Well, today's topic is alkyl and aryl halides. First of all, we shall see that what is the structural difference in between alkyl and aryl halides. In alkyl halides, the halogen atom is attached with an sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Halogen atom is attached with a sp3 hybridized carbon atom, and there may or may not be the presence of, and there may or may not be presence of aryl or benzene nucleus. As for example, CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl. This is your sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Therefore, this will be an example of the alkyl halide without any benzene nucleus. But this compound, although it contains a benzene nucleus, but the halogen atom is attached with a side chain and with a sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Therefore, this will also be an alkyl halide. So both of these are alkyl halide. Alkyl halide. This is also alkyl halide. And what would be its name, that I will tell you later on after discussing it. In case of aryl halides, the halogen atom is attached with the sp2 hybridized carbon atom of the aryl nucleus or the benzene nucleus. In aryl halides, the halogen atom is directly attached with the aromatic or benzene nucleus, containing sp2 hybridized carbon atom. For example, this compound CH3I, in which this halogen atom is attached with this carbon atom presenting sp2 hybridized state and directly attached to the benzene nucleus. So in case of alkyl halides, there may or may not be the presence of the benzene nucleus or the aromatic nucleus. But in case of aryl halides, there must be the presence of the benzene or the aromatic nucleus, and the halogen atom must be attached with the sp2 hybridized carbon atom. Both are the conditions. Now let us see now what are alkyl groups. And after knowing the alkyl groups, we shall try to know what are the different kinds of alkyl groups based upon the nature of the bonding between the carbon atoms and the type of carbon atoms present in the alkyl group. This alkane minus hydrogen atom, that is, if you remove one hydrogen atom from the alkane, the group obtained is your alkyl group. You know the formula, general formula of the alkane is CnH2n plus 2. So if you remove one hydrogen atom, the general formula of the alkyl group becomes CnH2n plus 1. So this is saturated alkyl group. But we also know that there are unsaturated aliphatic hydrocarbons. So in case of unsaturated aliphatic hydrocarbons, which may be of two types, containing carbon-carbon double bond and containing carbon-carbon triple bond. The carbon-carbon double bond containing are known as alkene, and the carbon-carbon triple bond are known as alkyne. So if it is alkene, which contain carbon-carbon double bond, if we remove hydrogen atom from alkene, the alkyl group will be known as alkenyl. Alkenyl. Now the general formula is CnH2n. Therefore, this will have general formula CnH2n minus 1. And if it is alkyne, minus hydrogen atom, then this will be called as alkenyl. General formula of alkyne is CnH2n minus 2 minus hydrogen. This will become CnH2n minus 3. So the general formula of alkyl group is CnH2n plus 1. General formula of alkenyl group is CnH2n minus 1. And general formula of alkynyl is CnH2n minus 3. Now we shall take alkyl group and let us see that what are the different kinds of alkyl groups and how are they named, and for that we should know that what are the different kinds of carbon atoms. Carbon atoms may be of four different types. Primary, which is also called as 1 degree. Secondary, which is also called as 2 degree. Tertiary, which is also called as 3 degree. And quaternary, which is also called as 4 degree. Now let us know that what is the primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary carbon atom. Let us discuss one by one. Primary, that is 1 degree carbon atom, means a carbon atom directly attached with only one carbon atom. Carbon atom directly attached with only one carbon atom. I will give you the examples also. Let us first define all these. Secondary carbon atom. Secondary carbon. Carbon atom directly attached with two other carbon atoms is called as secondary carbon atom. Carbon atom directly attached with two other carbon atoms. That is called as secondary carbon atom. Now, tertiary carbon atom. Tertiary carbon 3-degree carbon atom. Carbon atom directly attached with three other carbon atoms. Directly attached. Carbon atom directly attached with three other carbon atoms. That is called as tertiary carbon atom. And likewise, quaternary carbon atom. Quaternary carbon atom. That is 4-degree. Carbon atom directly attached with four carbon atoms. That is called as quaternary carbon atom. Now let us take the example to have more clear concept of these four different kind of carbon atoms. And if it is clear, then you will easily know that what are different kinds of alkyl groups based upon the nature of the carbon atom. Suppose this is the case, CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH3 H, CH3 CH3 C triple bond CH. Let us see that which one is primary, secondary, tertiary or quaternary carbon atom. Now consider this carbon atom. This carbon atom is directly attached with only one carbon. There is no other carbon atom attached with this. That's why this will be your primary carbon atom. Now consider this second carbon atom. There are two carbon atoms on either side. That is, it is directly attached with two other carbon atoms. Therefore, it will be secondary. This carbon atom, it is surrounded by four carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's why it will be a quaternary carbon atom. This carbon atom is directly attached with only one carbon. That's why it will be primary carbon atom. This will also be a primary carbon atom. But if you consider this carbon, it is surrounded by three carbon atoms. That is, on its three sides there are carbon atoms. That's why it will be tertiary. Likewise, this carbon atom is attached directly with only one carbon. It will be primary. Now this carbon, although it is double bonded carbon atom, but on this basis it will not be called as secondary or tertiary, but it will be secondary because it is surrounded by two carbon atoms, or it is directly attached with two other carbon atoms. That's why it will be secondary. And similarly, this carbon atom will be primary. Now on the basis of this primary, secondary and tertiary and quaternary carbon atom, let us classify the alkyl groups. And right now I have told you that alkyl group means alkane minus hydrogen. And based upon the nature of the carbon atom, that is primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary, there may be three different type of alkanes: N-alkane, isoalkane and neoalkane. And that's why there are 5 different type of alkyl groups based upon the nature of the carbon atom. So first of all, we should take the case of N-alkane. N-alkane contains only primary and secondary carbon atom. As for example, it contains only primary and secondary carbon. For example, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. In bond line notation, this may be represented like this. This is your N-pentane. This is primary, this is secondary, this is secondary, this is primary. N-pentane. Isoalkane. It contains second carbon atom from one of its end as tertiary in nature. The second carbon atom from one end is tertiary in nature. As for example, CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. From this end, this is your second carbon atom, which is tertiary in nature. That's why we shall use the term iso. And because of the presence of 5 carbon atoms, it will be called as isopentane. Similarly, there are neoalkanes. In neoalkanes, it contains a primary carbon atom, quaternary carbon atom. Neoalkanes contains primary and secondary carbon atom. So it contains a quaternary carbon atom. As for example, CH3, C, CH3, CH3, CH3. This is your quaternary carbon atom. In bond line notation, this can be represented like this or like this also. This is your neopentane. This isopentane in bond line notation can be represented like this. I think it will be clear now about N-alkane, isoalkane, and neoalkane. And if we know it, or if we have a clear concept of this, it will be very easy to know that what are different type of alkyl groups based upon the nature of carbon atom. So different type of alkyl groups based upon the nature of carbon atom are 5. 5 different type of alkyl groups. Alkyl groups based upon nature or type of carbon atom. These are first N-alkyl, second secondary alkyl, third tertiary alkyl, fourth isoalkyl, and fifth neoalkyl. These are five different type of alkyl groups based upon the nature of carbon atom from which hydrogen has been removed from the alkane. So first of all, we shall take an alkyl group. As you know that an alkane contains only primary and secondary carbon atom. So if it is an alkane containing only primary and secondary carbon atom, and if hydrogen is removed from a primary carbon atom, it will be called as an alkyl. And if it is an alkane and hydrogen is removed from a secondary carbon atom, it will be called as secondary alkyl. So both N-alkyl and secondary alkyl are derived from N-alkane, that is the alkane containing primary and secondary carbon atom. So N-alkane containing only primary and secondary carbon atom is minus H from primary carbon atom. This will be your N-alkyl. And this N-alkane minus hydrogen from secondary carbon atom, this will form secondary alkyl group. As for example, this is your CH3, CH2, CH3, and CH2, CH3, primary, secondary, primary, minus hydrogen from primary carbon atom. So this will form, this is your N-butane, this will be your CH2, 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 CH3. This will be called as N-butyl. Now with this free valency, you attach chlorine, it will become N-butyl chloride. If you attach Br, it will become N-butyl bromide. And if you attach I, it will become N-butyl iodide. And likewise, if you attach any functional group like OH, it will become N-butyl alcohol. Now, if we remove minus hydrogen from secondary carbon atom, this will become CH3, CH, CH2, CH3. This will be your secondary butyl group. And again here, if you attach Cl here with the free valency, it will become secondary butyl chloride. If you attach Br, it will become secondary butyl bromide. And if you attach I, it will become secondary butyl iodide. And if you attach a functional group like OH, it will become secondary butyl alcohol. So we have learned about N-alkyl and secondary alkyl. Both of these are derived from N-alkane by removing hydrogen from primary and secondary carbon atom respectively. Let us now take the case of isoalkane. Right now I have told you about the presence of the nature of the carbon atom in isoalkane. In isoalkane, I have told you that there is presence of tertiary carbon atom, and this tertiary carbon atom should be present at the second carbon position from one of its end. So isoalkane means which contains a tertiary carbon atom. If we remove hydrogen atom, or if we subtract hydrogen atom from tertiary carbon atom, then the alkyl group obtained will be your isoalkyl group. Minus hydrogen from tertiary carbon. This will be your isoalkyl. Sorry, tertiary alkyl. And if we subtract hydrogen from primary carbon atom, minus hydrogen from last primary carbon atom, it will be your isoalkyl. As for example, this is your isopentane. If we remove hydrogen from tertiary carbon, this will become CH3, CH3, CH2, CH3. It will be called as tertiary pentyl. And if we attach any halogen atom here, this will become tertiary pentyl halide. Attached chloro group, this will become tertiary pentyl chloride. Likewise, tertiary pentyl bromide and tertiary pentyl iodide. And if hydrogen is removed, hydrogen minus hydrogen from last primary carbon atom, that is CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, CH2. This will be called an isopentyl. Now let us take the case of neoalkyl. Neoalkyl will be derived from neoalkane, and neoalkane, as you know, that it contains a quaternary carbon atom. In addition to the presence of primary carbon atom, and there may also be the presence of a secondary carbon atom. Likewise, in isoalkane, there is presence of tertiary carbon atom and primary carbon atom, but there may or may not be the presence of the secondary carbon atom. As for example, CH3, CH3. This is your isobutane. It has only primary and tertiary carbon atom. While this isopentane, you have seen the example, this contains primary, tertiary, as well as secondary carbon atom. Similarly, in case of neoalkanes, as you know, it contains a quaternary carbon atom. So neoalkane minus hydrogen from primary carbon, from last primary carbon atom, this is your neoalkyl. For example, CH3, CCH3, CH3, CH3, neopentane, minus hydrogen from primary carbon. This is your primary carbon. This is quaternary. This will become CH3, CCH3, CH2, CH3. This is a neopentyl. If you attach Cl with the free valency of the carbon atom, it will become neopentyl chloride. If you attach Br, neopentyl bromide, and likewise neopentyl iodide. Now, one exception is here. Right now, I have told you that isoalkane contains a tertiary carbon atom, and hence the isoalkyl group derived from this should also contain a tertiary carbon atom, and it is so in case of isobutyl pentyl onwards. But in case of propyl, exception. In propyl, there is no tertiary carbon atom, and sec propyl, that is secondary propyl, is also called as isopropyl. So you should not be confused with the isopropyl and secondary propyl. So this compound CHCl, CH3, if you say it's secondary propyl or isopropyl, both will be correct. Now let us come on alkenyl group. Alkenyl, as I have told you, it has been derived from alkene by removing one hydrogen atom. And in this alkenyl group, if the hydrogen atom is subtracted from the carbon atom, which is double bonded, then it will be called as vinylic. So alkenyl groups can be of two types: vinylic and allylic. In vinylic, it will be this kind of bonding, and in allylic, the halogen atom will be attached with the sp3 hybridized carbon atom, while here the halogen atom is attached with sp2 hybridized carbon atom. You see here, this is your sp3 hybridized carbon, and this is your sp2 hybridized carbon. So aryl halides also contain halogen atom attached with sp2 hybridized carbon atom, but there is presence of aryl group or the benzene nucleus with which the halogen atom is directly attached. But here, in case of vinylic halide, the halogen atom is attached with sp2 hybridized carbon atom present in the aliphatic chain. As for example, consider this compound. The halogen atom is attached with the side chain, and side chain is unsaturated or it is alkenic. So this compound will be, its nature will be benzylic, allylic, vinylic, and primary alkyl halide. This is a primary carbon atom with which the hydrogen atom is attached. That side will be primary alkyl halide. Vinylic, because the halogen atom is directly attached with a double bonded rsp2 hybridized carbon, and benzylic because of the presence of benzene nucleus. Similarly, this compound This will be your benzylic, allylic, and primary alkyl halide. Similarly, if you take this example, CH3CH, Br, CH3. So since it contains benzene nucleus and halogen atom is attached with side chain, that's why it will be benzylic. Alkyl, not alkenic, alkyl, secondary alkyl halide. Benzylic, secondary alkyl halide. Now let us take the examples of aryl halides. Aryl halides, as I told you, in which the halogen atom is attached to the sp2 hybridized carbon atom directly present in the aromatic nucleus or in the benzene nucleus, like this one. Simplest example is chlorobenzene. This is your aryl halide. Similarly, this compound this is your also aryl halide, because halogen atom is directly attached to the benzene nucleus or aromatic nucleus, and it is called as orthobromotoluene. Later on I will let you know that how it becomes ortho, para or meta when we shall discuss about the dihalogen derivatives of the alkyl and the aryl halides. Similarly, this compound Cl CH2Br, it contains a halogen atom present in the side chain or with a sp3 hybridized carbon atom, and simultaneously this contains a halogen atom attached with the sp2 hybridized carbon atom present in the benzene nucleus. So this will be treated as aryl halide. So on the next one, we shall discuss about the dihalogen derivatives and the nomenclature of the alkyl and aryl halide, and thereafter we shall discuss about the preparation and properties of the alkyl and aryl halide in our next lecture.